what I want you to do is, you'll enjoy this. I want you to take your newspaper and I want you to spread this newspaper around the room as much as you can. Fantastic. Right, okay, now, so I would like, well, all of you are going to be doing this at some point, so I'm looking at, make a guess then, given that you've made it nice and easy, I'm going to make you an observer for this. So what I want you to do are the observer facilitators. So I want you to imagine we're here at Enterprise Design, and I want you to work with the group to help to observe them and to intervene at any kind of place that you think is really crucial to help them along. You're only allowed to ask questions. Right. So the rest of you, your task is that, as you see, we're a newspaper stand, or that's indeed what we are, and unfortunately the wind has been incredible, and it has blown our stock all over the road. Our job is to return these newspapers to their original state. It's for resale, so I'd like the newspapers in a sort of, to look as if they're as nice as possible here. Now, to do the task, you've got 5 minutes planning, and I'll leave this then to you to work that. And then 5 minutes of doing it. Now, the doing bit, you're not allowed to talk.
Let's ask ourselves, what's the first thing to do?
Do you think we should divide on each table some different papers, so the Express there, the Mail, or whatever they were there, and when we pick them up, we put them into the piles, and then each take turn looking after one of the piles to put them into page.
They were all different newspapers, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so
got
confident, ready to go?
Yeah.
You have 15 seconds before we switch to the doing phase.
Do we have an Express?
Mail, we have that.
So Telegram is here.
No whistling now. Okay, are we ready? Time is up. Thank you very much. Step away from the newspapers.
Yes, they're going to do a review, and the format can be whatever you like, but the most famous in our methodology would be what went well, what didn't go well, what would we seek to change to carry forwards into our next task. Now, this is not just about task behaviour, but it is about process. It's absolutely about process, meaning how we did it. How we did it is often more important in the learning than what. So, over to you guys and girls. What did we do well? And remember, our benchmarks are good communication, identifying roles, clear goals, plan of action. So, what went well?
I think there was good communication.
I think
Give it
everyone chipped in.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody knew their roles.
Good plan of action.
Good flexibility as well.
Anything not so good?
The end goal, I think, we didn't really...
Didn't complete the task.
Yeah. Because Yeston kind of made the point about the front covers. We hadn't really thought about what we were trying to achieve properly, I think.
That's why we've got a delegated role of ringmaster, as we might call it. So the ringmaster can be any of us, and it's somebody during the whole process of each of our Enterprise by Design programs that's actually just watching how we're doing against time, whether the food's arrived, and sorting out logistics in a way. So our ringmaster role is very much for us, somebody who's taking the overview. So I'm hoping we'll pass that role around as we're going through the programme, but I would request that you avoid getting sucked into the task, because if you do, you won't see the wood for the trees, if that makes sense. As soon as you're doing something, you've lost the overview.